my snack with Lucas. I got a nice little picture of Lucas here because he can't be with us. He'd make too much noise. So our snack today is trail mix. He even wrote it for us today. Look at that, nice little bowl of trail mix. So trail mix, it has protein, it has carbohydrates, it's sweet, it's salty, it's got a lot of antioxidants in almonds, cranberries, and such, which this has in it. It also, if it has cashews, like this mix, cashews are very high in antioxidants also, and high in zinc, so it'll help us stay healthy and not become immunocompromised and get sick. So that's always good, especially right now. So thanks, Lucas. You're my buddy. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with our breath. So get in your nice comfortable spot. Again, I'm going to stay nice and close to you for the first part. We're going to put our hand on our chest and we're going to put our hand on our belly. Remember, we're always going to fill bottom to top. Nice big breath in through the nose. We're going to do our 6 seconds in, our 4-second hold, and then our explosive out. Okay, so here we go. Nice and slow, deep breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let it out. Good. Deep breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, and let it out. Last one. Deep breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let it out. All right, get our little heart rate up a little bit. Here we go. We're going to start with our quad rock with T-spine rotation. So what that looks like, quad position, knees under our hips, hands under our shoulders. Find that nice flat back. Okay, so if you need to do a couple of cat-cows to find that neutral spine, find that neutral, and then what you're going to do is you're going to press to your heels. You're going to sit your butt on your heels. We're locking our hips in place here, locking our lower spine in place. Now I'm going to take my left hand away from you guys. I'm going to thread the needle under the right arm, and I'm going to dip my shoulder to the ground as much as I can, and I'm going to turn and look where that hand is going. Okay, this is that T-spine rotation we've been working on all week. We're going to hold at the bottom. Couple of deep breaths. With each breath, you should be able to get a little more rotation. Try not to round your back off to get more rotation. Stay nice, flat back. Okay, come back to center. Now I'm going to rotate away from you guys. So if you need to reset, make sure everything's nice and lined up. Right hand this time, thread the needle under the left, reaching underneath. You can see my shoulder doesn't quite touch, but I'm not dropping to the ground. I'm keeping it where I can be flat back and reaching across. Good. Coming back up to center, switching to that left hand again. Thread the needle, back of the hand slides on the floor, reaching underneath. I'm bending my right arm a little bit to help me get lower, but I'm not allowing my back to round. So you don't have to be way up here. You can let yourself down a little bit. You should feel a stretch in the outside of your shoulder, in between your shoulder blades, possibly your lat, possibly your core, depending on where you're tight. Switching sides, right arm, underneath. Oh yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one today. There's all kinds of different T-spine rotations that we're going to throw at you. T-spine rotation, again, very important. We are very tight in our upper back because of the way our lifestyle is, our cell phones, driving, sitting, typing on a computer, which none of us do ever, especially not me. And like I've told you before, sitting at the dining room table to do work all day is not necessarily the best, but I do it. All right, now Do a couple more cat-cows, just kind of stretch out that back. So think about if your pelvis was a bucket, you're filling the bucket, so you're tilting it up towards the sky as much as you can, and then I'm pouring the bucket out. I'm dumping my pelvis down towards the ground, and doing this is helping my spine rotate up and rotate down, but it's all coming from that pelvis. Let's do one more, all the way up and all the way down. Good. All right, now finishing our shin box series for this week. So just like last time, we're gonna get in that shin box position. Remember on Tuesday, we did our shin box rotation. Today, we're gonna do our forward. So we're gonna drive up onto our knees. So make sure you have a pad or you're on something somewhat comfortable. If you're just on a wood floor, sometimes it can get a little intense on your knees, okay? So just be careful, know your limits, what you can do, okay? So here we go. We're gonna drive up into position, pushing our hips forward. Okay, this is getting us ready for another move. We're gonna start next week, our DNS star pattern, which is always fun. Okay, remember we're letting ourselves down as slowly as we can, all the way to that seated position. I don't know why I talk slower. It's kind of weird. Okay, drive up, push those hips forward. I'll do one from the side on this next one so you can see it. Nice and slow. We're gonna do 3 all on one side, and then we're gonna switch all the way down. Nice and slow. Good. Okay, from the side so you can see it. Okay, still getting used to this new camera angle. Okay, here we go. Driving up, nice and high, hips forward, chest big, pushing to the front of the room, squeezing this glute, and then I'm letting myself down as slowly as I can, using my hands as counterbalance if I need to, all the way down and seated. Nice, switching sides, okay? If you want to challenge yourself, you can do the rotation like we did on Tuesday to flip sides. I'm just doing it a quick way, I'm cheating. Okay, here we go, pressing up, letting ourselves down, nice, and slow. Ooh, this side's tighter. Pressing up, letting ourselves down, nice, and slow. Good, last one, pressing up. Make sure you're squeezing that glute, pressing to the front of the room, letting yourself down. Oh, good job. All right, now we're gonna go into our flow. I wanna leave a little extra time today for our end. We got some fun stuff to do at the end. We're gonna go back to our patterns from last week so that we get better and better at them every week. What we're gonna do, our single leg RDL with rotation, and then going through that flow that came along with that. If you need a chair for support, a couch, a person, a kid, careful, the kids will run away, but make sure you have something for support if you need it while we go into our single leg RDL, okay? So I'm going right leg going back first. Remember, we're making ourselves as straight as possible, head to heel, strong as steel, nice and straight, coming down, slight bend in that down leg, into that RDL, pushing my leg to the back of the room, stretching my neck out, okay? If you need that chair, use that chair as a little stability or whatever you have there for stability, okay? We're gonna go into that rotation. So now my right leg is back, my right arm is gonna reach to my left pinky toe, okay? No further than that. All you're doing is creating a little rotation. You're feeding into your hip. You're loading yourself up. Same pattern we do all the time. Okay, from here, we're just gonna put that hand down to the ground and we're gonna hand walk out into a down dog position with that leg still up in the air. Hold here. Nice and strong, good. Here we go, we're gonna push that top leg into our world's greatest stretch, just like we did on Tuesday. Okay, so my right arm is inside my right leg. I'm in that strider stretch, making myself as long and straight as possible. Let's get that T-spine rotation again. We're going to take our right hand and reach to the sky. Make sure you look where that hand is going. Deep breath. I'm already sweating. All right, hand goes to the outside now. And from here, we're going to come up, stand up, pressing into that bottom leg. I'm going to turn and face you. This is our drop lunge, extended drop lunge position. So remember, right leg's in front, left leg is sweeping in and behind. So now I'm just like I was in that world's greatest, but now I'm facing you with that right knee, okay? You're gonna feel a massive stretch on the outside of this front leg, okay? Pressing that foot away. This is like a pigeon stretch, but you're off the ground, using your arm for support. If it's too much on your arm, you can always take it down into that pillar bridge, but that's gonna add a little bit more into your hip, okay? So wherever you're comfortable. Good, now we're just gonna transition. We're just gonna turn our feet forward, coming into that lunge position. So dropping our knee to the ground if you need to do a split squat. You're gonna drive all the way up. Pause at the top for just a second. We're gonna let ourselves down. 3, 2, 1, and come back up. And if you didn't get all the way to the ground, that's fine. We're just going on a tempo. 3, 2, 1, push all the way up. Good, one more, down. 3, 2, 1, push all the way up. Good, fold forward. So you're gonna keep this front leg straight. Back leg can be slightly bent if you need to, but we're gonna go into that forward fold position. You should feel a stretch in your hamstring. I'm gonna get a slight bend in my front knee because my hamstrings are that tight. You might too, that's fine, okay? We're just gonna reach for that front leg. Don't forget to breathe. Good, coming down to the ground. So pushing that leg back, going all the way down, slow push up to the ground. From there, turning to your side. This one, remember we can stack our feet or we can have one foot in front, okay? It's up to you, however hard you want it, but we're gonna come into that pillar bridge position, lateral, so working our side. Hand goes up to the sky. We got 3 hip dips. So we're gonna take our hip down, tap the floor, come right back up. I'm pushing my hips towards you guys, okay? Down slow, tap, come up. Good, one more, down slow, tap, come up. Good, rotating back to center. At this point, you can push your hands into the mat, push back into that down dog. Now this last part of this flow, we have one, either TP push-up, which is that over the head, tap your elbows, push back up, or if you would like, do a dive bomber. And if you don't know what that is, you can watch me on one and then do it after. But I'm gonna go down as low as I can, try to drag my nose on the floor, come up, then I'm gonna try to go right back the same way I did. Okay, so you either have one TP push-up, touch your forehead to the ground or as low as you can, or one dive bomber push-up. Back to down dog, and then we're gonna walk those hands all the way back and roll up. Good. Now I'm gonna switch legs, okay? Switching leg. Yes, we only did one side. Oh my goodness. Okay, so my right leg will be down, left leg's going back, head to heel, strong as steel, reaching out, nice and long. Make yourself as flat as possible. If you need that chair, use that chair. I'm gonna move it before dive bombers this time. If you didn't see it, I smacked my head. All right, now taking your left hand and reaching to your right pinky toe. Hopefully you guys know your left from your right. Sometimes I forget. Good, taking those hands down to the ground, doing your hand walk, getting into that down dog position. Left leg is still up. Swing it forward into that world's greatest stretch. Remember, make yourself as long and as strong as possible. Left arm is inside of left leg. Then we're going to rotate up. Make sure you're looking where that hand's going. Hand to the outside. Push up. Okay. I need to readjust. You guys might be good to go into that extended drop lunge. So remember, sweeping our right in behind our left, pointing my hip towards you guys. Big chest. Toes pointing towards you. So toes pointed forward. Again, if you need to, you can go down to your low pillar. This one hurts every time. Okay, readjust. Going into that lunge position. So if you need to start at the bottom, that's fine. Remember, we're going to come all the way up. Lower down for 3, 2, 1, and up. Down, 3, 2, 1, and up. And down, 3, 2, 1, and up. Straighten that front leg. Slight bend in that back leg. Folding forward. Deep breath. Keep that leg as straight as possible. Feel that stretch in your hamstring. Loosening up. A little stability and mobility for you. Feels so good. All right, reaching down to the mat, pressing back into that plank position, lowering yourself down, nice and slow. Coming into that lateral pillar bridge. So elbow on the floor, stack your feet if you did it on the last side, unless you need to adjust. Pressing up, hips forward, hand to the sky. Try to keep your head neutral. Don't let your head sag down. Don't be holding it up. Try to get it right in the middle, okay? Hip down, tap. Come up. Good, hip down. Tap. Come up. Good, last one, hip down. Tap. And come up. Good, rotating back to center. Pressing up into that down dog. So remember here, doing your down dog push-up, okay? Or your dive bomber. You have one of whichever one you want. Or if you want to challenge yourself, do one of each. Okay, I'll do one of each. Tap, press up. Now dive bomber, lick that floor. Come into that cobra position. And then go right back underneath. And up. And then we're gonna hand walk back, nice and slow, and roll up. Nice and easy. Oh, that one was easy peasy. Ooh. All right, now we're gonna go into our corrective stuff, our finishing 3 things we're gonna do. So going down to the floor, glute bridge position. Hopefully by now you guys all know what that one is. We're gonna tuck those heels in towards our butt. Dig them into the floor. Don't let your toes come flat. We want to keep those toes just off the ground. And as we drive up, keeping that tummy nice and tight, pressing our hips to the sky, okay? So first thing, driving up, nice and strong. Using those hands today as support, going out at about a 45, palms down. You're gonna be using those today to keep you from swaying all over the place. The big one for today is not letting those hips rock back and forth. Okay, so we're gonna take our right leg, reach up to the sky with that right leg as straight as you can. Today, I'm gonna take my leg over towards you. So we're going outside, and that's why I said try to keep your hip nice and flat with the floor. Only go as far as you can, and then bring it back. And then switch legs. Eventually, if you're one of my people that used to take core movement in the facility, you get to do 5 of these all on one side before we switch, and your hips and your glutes and pretty much everything else, core, all gets nice and tired. But we got to make sure we get a good base of fitness first so I don't break you before I fix you. That comes later. We always fix you. All right, we're on 2 on the left. And as you can see, mine aren't perfect. I'm getting better with you guys. Okay, right leg, third one. We got 1 more. After this, we're doing 4 on each side. My old core movement people also know that I do not keep the same number of reps ever. It's always changing. Probably because I'm doing it with you, and 5 doesn't sound fun right now. All right, 4th one on the right. Only go as far as you can. If you're not going as far as me, that's okay. If you're going further than me, you're not doing anything wrong. You just have more hip mobility than I do, which probably isn't that hard. All right, last one, bringing it back. And down. Relax out of that glute bridge. Shake those legs out if you need to. That was fun. Okay, this next one, we're gonna go hamstrings and glutes one more time, and then we're gonna finish with a dead bug, okay? Which is what we did on Tuesday. So I'm just testing you, testing your body, see how it feels, okay? So what we're gonna do, start with your heels at your butt. Now I want you to take 1 big step out, okay? You don't have to be all the way flat, but now you see that I'm extended out a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna drive those elbows straight into the floor, palms up towards the sky. I'm gonna drive into my elbows and lift up my glutes at the same time. So I'm creating tension on the top, I'm creating tension on the bottom. We're just gonna hold here. There's chaos going on upstairs. I can hear it. It's gonna be a mess for me to clean up. We finished kindergarten early today, so I get to stay with you guys for a few extra minutes, which is always good. Thursday. It is Thursday. All right, and relax down. You're probably wondering if I forgot. All right, take a little break. Relax everything for 1 second. Okay, start with your heels at your butt. Okay, now extend out as far as you think, and I'm gonna have to move so my feet are on the mat, as far as you think you can, and accomplish a glute bridge, okay? I'm not gonna go full extension, because then I know I get into my low back, and I want it to be in my glutes and in my hamstrings. So just pick a distance that you know you can probably figure out. You can kind of feel it if you start to lift a little bit, if it's gonna work or not. Okay, same thing, drive those elbows into the floor, bridge those hips, keep everything nice and tight. Okay, if I relax my elbows, see how my chest drops. So if I'm pressing in with my elbows, I'm getting a nice straight line from my knees all the way to my chest. This one is already burning in my hamstrings and in my glutes. I already know I'm gonna feel it Friday, but it's gonna be the good kind of feeling. We know we did work. Just 3 more seconds. 2, 1, and relax. All right, nice work. Shake those legs out a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna come into our dead bug position, okay? If you're doing this with somebody, see which one of you can hold that dead bug a little longer, okay? So we're gonna come into position just like we did on Tuesday, interlace those fingers, create some tension, pressing to the sky, coming into that 90-90, create tension, keep your core tight, don't let your back arch off of the floor. Remember that bucket we worked on earlier with those cat-cows? Make sure that things are nice and strong and flat. Okay, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna count to 5. I'm gonna challenge myself for 5 seconds. You do not have to stick with me, but go as long as you can. We're gonna do 3 on each leg. Here we go, right leg out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. Good. Left leg out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. Good. How's it feeling? Here we go. Right leg out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. It's my counting getting faster. Left leg out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Back. Deep breath. Here we go. Last time on each side. And right leg out. I forgot to start counting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back. Good. Last one out. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back. Oh boy, that was fun. All right, find a nice comfortable spot. You can stay on your back. You can straighten yourself out. We're gonna do a couple of breaths here, and then we're gonna go ahead and stand on up and finish with our breath. But I want you palms up to the sky. I want your toes wiggling. I want you to start flexing and releasing every muscle you can think of. So if you look, we'll kind of turn it into a little bit of a wiggle worm on the ground. And then just let your body come to a still. I just want you breathing yourself right now. Just allowing yourself to cool down a little. Okay, now with me, deep breath in for 4 seconds. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Deep breath in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and let it out. 3, 2, 1. One more time. In. 3, 2, 1. Pause. 3, 2, 1, and out. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now just on your own, deep breath, fill yourself all the way up. Once you get filled up, I want you to just hold it for as long as you can. And I want you to let it out through pursed lips, so your lips like you're about to kiss somebody, but blow them away. One more just like that. Pull it in, hold it, and then blow it out. And I want you to think as you're doing this, all the thoughts of the day are just traffic flying by. I don't want you to focus on any of it. I just want it to go through. Don't focus. Just like you're standing on the side of the road and traffic's driving by. Just let those thoughts go in one ear and out the other. All right, now I want you to roll to your right side. Keep that same thought process. Work yourself up to wherever you're comfortable. I'm going to stay on my knees so you can see my whole body. Okay, we're going to go ahead and sweep those arms all the way up and let that breath out. One more, sweep those arms all the way up and out. Good. I'm going to leave you with this last thing and then I'll let you go. Okay. The first fries were not cooked in France. Okay. They were cooked in Greece. There's your dad joke for the day. If you have good dad jokes, you can always send them to me, email them, IM me. If you would like to set up a consultation or anything like that, same thing, IM me. I'm also going to be online pretty much the rest of the day. So if you need anything, please let me know. If you have any suggestions for the class, let me know. I'm always game to add things if your low back hurts or anything like that. So let me know. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks again for coming.